Hello again. Another episode of Selling Hobson by the Pound. And this week's offerings from Test Pressings. Kind of a mixed bag, but some kind of interesting stuff, to be honest. As I look through these, sometimes I remember, where I got them and what the story is and so forth. And often I'm in that situation where I'm like, oh my goodness, where did that come from? So here's an example of that. I probably know where this came from. This is Ensemble doing Weber overtures with the Swiss Roman, which was Ensemble's orchestra back in the day, exclusively recorded for Decca, London here in the United States, and that's why this is a London FFRR. So this is a record that would have been pressed in London. And it's the orange label, the so-called Treasury Series. So this was a little later on. But here's the cool part. This record looks absolutely flawless. It looks like it's never been played. And as I've mentioned before, everybody's chasing after original copies. And I've told you before, most of these copies are in Asia, and they ain't coming back. But these FFRR copies on London that were pressed in the UK are absolutely fantastic. And they don't go for the giant $300-400 that original copies of these go for. So I'm really big on these, and that's why I collected quite a lot of these once I realized that they were really quite exceptional. So there you go. That's my little take on London FFRR pressings. Argo pressings, we've talked about these before. A sub-label of EMI. This is Neville Mariner, St. Martin in the Fields doing Vivaldi, The Four Seasons. Beautiful piece, just beautiful, beautiful piece. And Alan Loveday on solo violin. Love that, love it. Here's one you don't see often. This is a Deco with London Symphony Previn recording. This is cool. You rarely ever see these. Decca FFSS white label promo. You just don't see them. They're pretty ridiculously rare. And this is with Wu Chang on, it's a violin concerto, the Walton violin concerto, and the Stravinsky concerto in D as well. Again, Previn in the LSO. This is rare. You never see this, but certainly not a white label promo. Here's a audiophile reissue, Gioconda di Fido, incredibly collectible violinist. And this is Kublik performing the Bach violin concerto, Mozart violin concerto, Di Vito, obviously Gioconda di Vito playing violin, Kublik conducting the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. This is original copies of this, I don't know, $600-700, something ridiculous. Audiophile reissue from original master tapes at Abbey Road Studios in London of this incredible Di Vito effort. Original copies for this go for thousands of dollars, and I mean that sincerely. This is all long out of print now. So don't miss that if you haven't got a copy. Here's a box set, Bruckner, Symphony No. 4, with Carion and the Berlin Philharmonic. This is one of those records where you look at it and you go, is this like from last year? It's like the corners are all near perfect. I say beautiful copy, very quiet surfaces, great sound. 3 record set, Bruckner 4th and the 7th. More Previn. Previn LSO doing Rachmaninoff, Symphony No. 1 here. Great Bishop and Parker, remember Bishop and Parker, recording it for EMI. Previn LSO are pros on this performance of the Rock First. Nice copy, very little surface noise. Top recommendation. Remember the postage stamp dog, color postage stamp dog. Let me start that again. Bach Brandenburg Concerto. Menuhin and the Bath Festival Chamber Orchestra. This is a big boy. This is the white and gold. Stunning recording with You Are There quality. Original first label, white and gold pressing, is nearly flawless. It would be hard to find a better copy of this beautiful EMI Menuhin effort, captured gloriously in all its splendor. Here we go. Top recommendation. Wow copy. So I don't give many of those out. Here's Fermot and Birmingham doing a bunch of different pieces from Ravel, the Bolero, Sorcerer's Apprentice, Chabrier, Espagne, Saint-Saëns, Dance Macabre. Nice stuff. I say luscious recording of big show pieces, very dynamic in You Are There sense, very audiophile, great bass and low-level detail. Fabulous, good copy. And this is, again, postage stamp dog label copy. Here's, I've seen this before. This is a white and gold copy, right? Lollipops, Sir Thomas Beecham, which means a collection of different things that he's good at, that he enjoys. Beautiful first label, white and gold, with some sporadic surface noise in track 1 that does not distract from the music. A recurring tick in the right channel at the beginning of track 1 is the only flaw, lasts for about 20 revolutions. So, you know, it happens. Pressing defects, but it's impossible to find this. So, Menuhin doing Mendelssohn and Bruck concertos with Susskind and Ephraim Kurtz, the Philharmonia Orchestra. Beautiful copy. Again, a white and gold. Beautiful copy, white and gold, original copy of this wonderful EMI recording. Very rare. Man. Here's an interesting record. Rawsthorne Symphony No. 1, London Philharmonic, Pritchard recording, HHH recordings. Exceptional Loretta UK recording, licensed to HHH Records for U.S. release. Mastered, you ready for this? Bob Ludwig in 1977. Very dynamic Rawsthorne composition and very quiet pressing. This is an audiophile sleeper, I note. Top recommendation. So you remember the Loretta recordings are fantastic. This was mastered by Bob Ludwig from the original tapes here in the States, pressed and released. This was kind of an early audiophile label, by the way. You don't see them very often. Here's an EMI Odeon. Remember, they put the Odeon sticker so that they could export it. The Laisiane suites from Bizet. And this is an EMI Odeon. Early pressing is nothing short of stunning, with very quiet surfaces. Make instruments seem like they are in the room. Beautiful copy on that beautiful black Odeon label. Just show you that. And yeah, beautiful, beautiful copy. These things are nearly impossible to find these days. Okay, here's something that I was astonished at. This is Alexander Schneider, right? Sorry, on violin, and Ralph Kirkpatrick on harpsichord, doing Mozart sonatas, 1-7-17. So this is a record of Mozart sonatas for violin and harpsichord. And I write here, ML 4617, stunning performances by Schneider and Kirkpatrick. The big lush sound of this mono recording is remarkable. The pressing is flawless, as is the jacket. A better copy likely does not exist. This is cool. Okay, a couple things left. Here's a London blueback. We know all about bluebacks these days. Ensemble doing Saint-Saëns, Symphony No. 3 in C. This is the FFSS recording, Deep Groove. Were pressed before the Decca SXLs, remember, so they could be exported and be released at the same time. This is a very, very nice copy. I think this might be the last copy of the Respighi the Birds. I had quite a few copies of this, but they were all fantastic. I say stunning FR1, first pressing of this HP TAS Super Disc List item. Huge sound from the Mercury 3-track recording that cut the lacquers. Remember, they used the 3 tracks to cut the lacquers, which is what Classic Records did when we did our reissues. This recording shows why Mercury living presence is, as the name suggests, in the room sound. Beautiful copy, top recommendation. So if you don't have a copy of this famous Mercury, now's the time. This is the copy. Here is a Decca recording. This is SXL 2305. This is probably a later pressing. When I say later, just not the first pressing. Still a deep groove though. This is Holst the Planets with Carion and Vienna. Beautiful recording. Decca deep groove original pressing. Very quiet surfaces, exceptional quality, plays near mint. Big sound and very dynamic. Top recommendation. I'm a big Planets fan. And here's the last offering that I'm going to talk about anyway. Sergio Mendes, the great Arrival. Brazil's leading pianist, plays the arrangements of Claire Fisher, Bob Florence, and Robert Hazard, recorded in Hollywood, California. There's an original Atlantic inner sleeve, and here is that beautiful original Atlantic labial. Sergio Mendes, gatefold jacket, mono, beautiful mono copy. There you go. Doesn't get any better than this. So as always, good luck. We'll see you next time.